This is my house, and this is an infection going towards my house. And today, I want to see, oh heck was that, if I can protect my valuables from this infection by using the desertification mod. This is desert sand, which means it's going to spread and hopefully prevent the fungal infection spore to spread to my house. So we're just going to place a few bit of sands around it, and we are in a swamp, and I hope that we see some salt ponds and crystal to help with the defense. Okay, here we go. We have some infection going on here. In theory, it shouldn't burn the infected and revert the infection, in fact turning it into sand, because it's a desertification, not a cleaning-ification. Now, this building should not be affected by the desertification. Maybe the logs will dry, but I'm not sure. Everything here should be safe from it. And I don't like how these guys are already here. All right, we just got an injure, which means there is probably somewhere a proto-hive mind. It is a bit further away than I thought, but it's here. And what's special with desertification against other infection is that it's not an organism. It's not something that thinks, it's not a hive mind, it's just desert. So it just spreads. And the real question is, can the spread prevent the other spread? And for now, we only have a certain circle around our house, and it's stopped by the water here. It's taking its time. And look at that, that's weird. It's still wet below. The house completely stopped the desertification. Well, let's wait a little bit longer and see what happens when it really clashes together. Okay, so I said that the sand is a mindless natural phenomenon that just grows normally in all directions. But if it's that, why does it weirdly have a point exactly towards the spore? Like, it went through water the same way as there's water here, but it's surprisingly going faster when it's going towards the spore. It seems to be faster this way too, just because it's mostly land without trees, and trees stop the growth of the desert. All right, things has moved, and there seems to be a bunch of mob looking for me. I've been hiding in survival inside the house, and over here there's a second proto-hive mind that spawned, and this one is actually underground, which means the desert will not have access to this proto-hive mind. And if we go over here, the desert has started to clean up the infection. Okay, an inquisitor is trying to destroy the house right now, and nothing can stop it. It's just destroying the bottom floor. It doesn't seem to be able to climb to where I'm hidden right now, but it's definitely looking for me. The desert has no way to stop mobs, only block infestation. I mean, there could be some mob that spawn and attack the infected, but they are definitely not strong enough. Look at it go, it's really trying its best right now. I was expecting the water area to become salt, but it seemed that salt only appears when there's more than 2 water deep. Okay, why does that vigil have a sign? Okay, so the biome is still fighting back. The nameless construct are attacking the mobs and they're killing them. Even the vigil, well, they fled, but also, I think the heat is killing the mounds, because they're just standing there. One died earlier. The biome is still, like, passively fighting back. So what's left to see is if the biome can actually cover this and do something about the proto-hive mind. Alright, so it's not been a long time, and there's now a Hofresse in the biome. Where do you come from? When did this happen? I don't understand. Why are you here? There's, like, nothing menacing. Oh, maybe? I think that's this here. All the flesh mounds are dying because of the biome. The desert is drying them up. Yeah, the sand didn't even cover the whole side of the mountain. It's just barely going in, and we already have a calamity mob. So let's keep that going and see what's happened. Alright, I think it's time we end this experiment. The bubble of biomass is now turning into sand and collapsing on itself. And while the proto-hive mind is replacing the biomass, it's getting turned back, which means the whole interior here. But it seems like that everything here, there's a few veins left, but every single foliage, fungus, mushroom, or whatever is disappearing. Like, there was infection here. There's nothing anymore. So what we'll do to finish this is boost the random tick speed to 30 so thing goes a bit quicker. And I want to see this whole bubble here become sand. All right, let's put the tick speed back to normal and let's see what's happening here. The proto is here. There it is. Sunken in the sand. It's breaking the sand all around him and it's surviving in this bubble. And even though the desertification is really good at controlling the outside infection, we can't say the same for the underground infection. This proto here is thriving. So although living in this desert against the spore would probably still give you an advantage, it's definitely not going to protect your house. Anyway, it's time that we move on to the Sculk Horde mod. And right here, underground, we have the Ancient Sculk Brain node. There's no tomb because we're not at spawn, but it doesn't matter, this does the same thing. So let's see, can the desert protect my house and all of my valuables that are inside the chest? We all know that the sculk is very infectious, so let's see if the desert can convert fast enough to prevent the spread of the sculk. So let's wait a bit and see what happens when it reaches the house. Hopefully there's no phantom landing straight on it, because there's nothing to prevent that. Okay, the sculk made its first dispatch of phantom, and there is one right there. And oh, wait, the husk will dispatch of it. It's gonna be, oh, of course you have to crash, of course you're crashing. Oop, it's gonna be over? It didn't have the time to even do a single block of sculk. Wow. So landing in the desert is dangerous for the sculk, but there is no other... Wait, hold on. Where are you from? Okay, there's 2 blocks of infected sand here, and now there's gonna be more sculk around, and this witch is not happy. Okay, yeah, the sand just took back what was infected, so the sculk seems to have a hard time infecting the desert. We'll see about that in a moment. There's a phantom here. Where is it going? Okay, this sculk phantom is definitely looking for me. Look at it go. It knows I'm here. Oh, that's not good. Also, I have now burrowed and lured just by being near it? Wait, what? Wait, the desert cannot protect that? I can't do anything about this. Normally, well, in survival, you would just kill it, but for this scenario, I'm helpless against this. And it's just wobbling. Ah, oh my god, yeah, that's over. At this point, the desert can't do anything about that. I'll give the desert one more chance to protect my house, but if this happens again, it's over. Alright, I'm glad I waited. The whole house here is fully skulked and there's mobs trying to find me. But we now have a node somewhere. There's new phantom and a few that landed in the desert. But as you can see, the desert is fighting back, and every single time there is an infection, like starting somewhere, it doesn't last. It just disappears. It's constantly getting eaten every single time there's a new patch of skulk, which means, of course, your house can be infected. Can you stop crashing? But this would probably mean that building underground would save you, because they can't land and infect top layer. Like, even here, look at that, the sand is starting to eat the skulk. Although, yeah, it's a fierce battle for the skulk. It has the ancient skull brain node right under here. Normally, you probably should not build right on top of the ancient skull brain node, but this is insane. It's not going to protect you outside, and it's not going to actively go out and seek the skulk to destroy it. It's just there, like a layer of protection. Look at that. It can't get a hold of this biome. So can it protect the house? No, it can't. But can it help you protect you against the skulk? Absolutely. So I think it's time we move on to the flesh that hates. And right now we have an incubator right here. It's been a long time since we played with the flesh that hates, and I'm really curious how it's gonna do, because the biome is spreading really fast from the incubator. So, and I have no idea if the sand can even turn the pus into sand, or in fact just dry it up. Wait, what's dried pus? I don't want to think about it. Anyway, so we have our biome already pretty established. So now we need to know, can the sand protect our house from the flesh that hates? The time-lapse looks like that because Replay Mod really doesn't like when you remove or add mods inside the same world, so it just replaces it with a random block. But just imagine it's flesh. Alright, so the desert reached the infection, or it happened both ways. The infection reached the desert, and we can see that the pus is actually turning into sand. Is that what's happening? No, I'm not sure. There's a lot of infection here, and I'm not sure exactly where it all goes. But one of the main weakness of the flesh that hate is that once the ring of infection has been breached, everything is turning into sand here, and it's never going to turn back into flesh. So the best that it does right now is keep moving forwards towards the house. And the whole desert biome is now covered in flesh mobs. So the question is, will the sand kill the incubator? Because if it does, it stops the infection. So now it's a question of when will the desert reach the incubator? Okay, it is pretty much confirmed here. The pus is getting dried up by the sand. Yep, and it's even creating the salt block. And also, I forgot how mob intensive this mod was. Holy cow, there's mobs everywhere. And the sand is now closing in. It is eating the pus, like moving upstream faster than the rest of the infection, going straight to the incubator. Yeah, it's clearing the pus. It feels like the sand has a mind of its own more than I thought. But even though there's like flesh community everywhere, there's 2 here, 1 there. All right, the sand is there. Let's see if the incubator will take damage. But right now, what's really nice is if I was a player in survival, look at the free path without any single flesh block straight through the incubator. I would still have to kill some of the mobs, but I'm not encumbered by the flesh turn. I can just walk right through it. Oh, and right as we get there, biotransformation phase. That's gonna be interesting. Okay, here we are. I'm pretty sure it's not gonna die against the sand. That's not a good sign for a house. What I noticed also is that it's completely deleting the pus way faster than the water. And what I want to know, can it destroy the flesh boil? This thing can spawn a lot of flesh mobs. So if it can just destroy it, it's gonna be very helpful to kill the flesh. Okay, here's the moment of truth. The sand is about to reach the flesh boil. It works. It just destroyed it. That means less point for the flesh and less mobs for the flesh. Also, look at the landscape. It's not even the same place anymore. This was a witch hut. Alright, so seems like the incubator can suffocate, which means that depending on the geography and the landscape, the flesh incubator can die from the sand accumulation. Because right now, the sand is going up and it's trying to do a slope up to down there, probably. So it's raising the sand everywhere. And oh my god, I forgot about that. Oh my god, I hate that. All right, so yeah, it is suffocating. It's gonna die. It's not regenerating at this stage. If it's not an embryo, the biogenesis one, it's going to die. Also, the pus is gone on both sides, so I feel like the desert is not a full-on counter to the flesh that hate, depending on the geography, but like the other two, a big boost in defense if you decide to live in it. Although there's no desert that can protect you from all of this. Look at the number of flesh communities. These guys, the points matter. They are at 30,000 points, and this flesh community has 3,000 HP. It's insane. Like, there's dozens of them. Imagine having to deal with that. Which leads us to only one infection to see if it can protect my house, and it's from another world. And for this one, I actually have no idea how this one's gonna go, since most of the infection is mob-based. So I have no idea how my house will survive against this. So we're gonna keep an eye on this guy here that is going to infect every single living animal in the perimeter of this house. And hopefully he just don't go in and destroy everything. I hope that we will see something happen. There is one mob in this whole entire new biome that can pose a threat to from another world, and it's probably not the one you think. But anyway, these things are weak to wither, just like they're weak to fire. So as soon as they receive wither, they're gonna flee and take more damage. I don't like that you do that. Please don't spawn on me. But for now, the biome itself does nothing to the thing. And oh my god, we already have a beast over there. What the heck? That's so fast. What I want to know is if they can destroy the gore or the disguised tendril. And I am not seeing any. Okay, oh, that's gonna be interesting. There's a tunnel and it's about to be in the sand. Okay, I don't see any gore. Maybe there's just not any gore. So we'll see very soon what's gonna happen. Oh, it's gone. It is gone. It was there. I missed it, but it works. It removes the tunnels. It works. Also, this guy has wither. The scorpion has attacked. I don't think it's gonna die, but you see its color changing. Okay, I'm gonna go in creative mode. Probably the main alien will die, but I want to see this guy. Oh, he has 20 seconds left. There's no regeneration when he has wither. I think he's gonna die. I'm not sure. He will. Oh my god, that's insane. That means that these little tiny weeny scorpion can drop down giant beasts like these guys. Of course, it's gonna leave behind some corpse and some tentacle and anything else behind, but just like the other things, the sand will erase it. Okay, somehow right now it's not attacking. Why is it not attacking? It seems to not attack every creature. What is going on? That's weird. It's not attacking. Okay, but this is what I want to see disappear. There is this guy's tendril, and this is a It works. Okay. Well, this is the most annoying thing of the thing, and it just completely stops it. So I feel like you'll have mobs in the biome, but once again, you are a bit more safe in this biome than any other one. Except maybe a cold biome, because these things are extremely weak to powdered snow, so it's best that you go where there's powdered snow. But if you don't want to do that, I feel like Desertification is a really good tool against infection mod. Not just an outright delete button, but something really fun to use while you're surviving against an infection. Why is this guy over there? Anyway, this was a really fun experiment. I'm a big fan of the Desertification mod, so make sure you subscribe and let me know in the comments what else you want me to test with infections. And as always, you're awesome, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.